We spotted this beautifully straight, narrow gap in the rock wall walking along the valley a few days ago. Immediately, I wanted to have a touch and feel the snow at the bottom. Larry pointed out an avalanche dropped through the couloir 5 days ago. We skied the opposite side of the valley and admired the couloir from afar that day, and wondered if we would attempt to climb and ski it. The front-on view of any couloir is the most striking, intimidating, and alluring to my eyes. To get up close and see it from below brings home the reality of what you are signing up for. There is always a battle in my head between committing to the climb and leaving enough space for accepting the end goal might not be reached. But the fact is, for a skier, getting as high as possible and skiing the entire run is always the deeper desire. The next 2 days, we had very strong wind-loading snow into the northeast aspect. We waited for one more day for the wind crust slab to settle. We spent the day before skiing a similar aspect and elevation on a lower angle mountain to get a feel of the snowpack. A 10 centimeter wind crust with no propagation energy sat on top of a 60 plus centimeter near surface facet layer. Andre and I are ready to head back for a look. The day was mostly sunny with clear visibility and a little wind. We traveled to the shaded side of the valley with the glorious sunshine everywhere but where we were. 2 hours of walking got us to the bottom of the couloir, and for the first time we could have a decent poke at the snow. The entrance was firm avalanche debris from 10 days ago, a very visual reminder of the scale of the consequence. We set a turnaround time at 2:30 p.m. 3 hours of climbing, just over 300 meters. Suddenly, having a look became let's give it a go. The snow felt as expected, a wind crust on top of facets, which meant we had to chop off the top layer, fling it to the side, and kick out soft steps in the sugary snow.
12:43, current altitude is 973 meters, climbing speed is up 176 meters per hour.
The slope angle was mostly around 50 degrees. In real terms, when standing there, the snow wall is about 35 centimeters in front of our face. It wasn't difficult work, but it wasn't easy neither. We switched lead every now and then and kept close to each other. Not a lot of chatting, but just checking in to see how each other are doing. In hindsight, I would have eaten at the bottom of the climb and have something within reach to drink and nibble on. I knew we didn't have much room to maneuver during the climb, and swinging the pack with skis on and off whilst perched on the steep face was too much for me to handle. The clouds pulled in as forecasted around 2, and the dull, filtered sunlight and wind-blowing snow from the top darkened the vibe of the climb. Energy level was waning, and our mental state followed. Psychology started to take effect, and we abandoned our lofty aim of climbing just a little further. It was 2:30 p.m. We have reached the narrowest part of the couloir. We decided to stick to the plan and transition. I rewarded myself with a deep, wide horizontal platform and a vestibule for my backpack. It felt safe and secure to change out of my climbing gear and click back into skis. I always count down from 5 to give myself a few final seconds to visualize my first few turns, tap my avalanche airbag trigger, and mentally prepare for the worst. Dropping. My anxiety vaporizes as my body kicked into action. The first few turns were magical. They reminded me that I can do this. 1, 2, 3, 4 solid groupy turns, and then the slough started. Unbeknownst to me at the time, Andre was quietly singing to himself to calm his nerves. I was doing my usual deep, long blowout breaths to calm my own nerves. We discussed who would drop first, and he offered me the fresh line. I later found out my breathing was freaking him out so much that he wanted me to go first. The wind crust broke off at my feet as my skis cut along the snow. Boot deep, loose, soft, but heavy, voluminous amount of snow on the surface of the path pushed against my skis and boots, trying to unbalance me. I pulled over to the edge of the couloir to let the slough pass before setting off again. At my skill level, this was my chosen way of skiing down. A faster, straighter line down might have minimized the slough, but that's for more courageous skiers. It was an enjoyable ride, and I felt my thighs burning just before skiing out of the couloir. This is the steepest I've ever skied. Repeated slough management punctuated my ride, but I felt happy enough to have skied rhythmically between much needed pauses to refresh my legs and refocus my eyes and mind after moments of assessments above and below my position.
Everything that happens is motivation.
As I exited the couloir, I can feel a surge of euphoria. Another Toblerone moment. In the aftermath, we watched the pros ride the couloir online. We found out the name of the couloir and its meaning, Axe Gap. We learned about their approach and how they felt. I'm glad we didn't watch their films prior to our attempt, and I liked reflecting on our experience this way. My only regret was the snow on the lens. So, do I need to film this again? Yes. Do I want to climb it and ski it again? No. I will ask myself the same question again next season. This is an account of my first ascent and descent of the Øksehogget. Whilst this is not the world's first, it is the first in my own little world. Go out and get your own firsts. The journey might suck, the destination might not be reached, but you got out there anyway. Enjoy and celebrate.